opening lines and opinions. The lines are way open at this point, but we still have opinions and plenty to go through, but we're just going to pick and choose our way through. We got games all week. So these are the rivalry games in college football. This is rivalry week. This is when it all comes, where the rubber meets the road, senior day. Every game is senior day this week. We went over tonight's game, so we're going to skip those. And then we've got Thanksgiving, a couple of games. We'll skip those because Thanksgiving is a light schedule in sports, just the 3 NFL games. And, there's college hoops, NFL, and then there's the 2 college basketball games. College football games.
Slightly light.
Yeah, so it's not as light as it used to be. It gets a little heavier every year. But let's see. Let's see exactly how light it is. I know there's tournaments. There's not a ton of games, but there's definitely games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 17 college basketball games.
There we go.
There's
a lot lighter than normal.
18 college basketball games. Yeah, it's a good day. It's a nice day. All day, all night.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all those games on Thanksgiving. Should be a great day. So, Mitch, how much weight are you giving these home teams with seniors day for them?
It depends on the game. There's some where it's really going to matter. So
okay.
We'll go through them all. But we've got the Egg Bowl on Thursday, and got some people already in the chat. This is big deal. Big deal. We got, this week we have the Iron Bowl. We've got the Axe game. We've got the Old Oaken Bucket. We'll see all the trophies this week.
Yeah.
I sent Joe the picture of the Old Oaken Bucket. The Axe is, one of the best trophies in all of sports. Paul Bunyan's Axe.
I wonder who came up with all of these.
There's a story behind every one of them.
Okay. I'm going to have to read those stories because I'd be really interested.
Minnesota, Wisconsin's for the Axe.
Okay.
The Axe game. And as the clock starts to expire, the players are lined up on the sideline ready to do the dash for the Axe. They run to go get it. Mad dash, they get the Axe. Then they pretend like they're chopping down the goalpost. And they do the whole thing. I
love it.
It is a big deal for these guys. I got my door open. Frank's vacuuming out there, Frank and Vivian. So.
Can't hear it. You're all good.
Nice.
Yeah, no background sound.
Awesome.
Great mic there, Mitch.
Let's just go to Friday then. Texas against Kansas State. Boise State, San Diego State. Central Mich, Eastern Mich, Directional Mich, MASH. Bowling Green against Ohio. New Mexico against Utah State. Nebraska against Iowa. So Texas, Kansas State, these are 2 teams that hate each other's guts.
Yeah.
And the line is Texas -3. This one's in Austin. Texas 4-7. This is their bowl game. They're not going bowling. Kansas State 7-4 on the season. I don't know where this line is coming from, to be honest with you.
Yeah, could you see it being a tight game in this one, Mitch?
Not even close. Not
even close.
I can't see it being close.
Do you think it should be higher?
Do you have any afternoon hoops going on right now? I have 2 games, 2 premium picks that I gave out that are going now.
I don't. How are your premium picks looking?
They're it's college basketball, so you don't know until the last 2 minutes of the game. But I got Mercer against Bucknell, and I have New Hampshire against Quinnipiac. So.
Okay. How do you say that last name?
Quinnipiac.
I will never be able to say that.
You will, because they're a Friday night team. So we'll see. We talk about them every Friday. There's as soon as everything starts to level out in college basketball, then certain conferences play on certain nights, and Quinnipiac plays on Friday nights when a lot of teams don't play because they all play on Saturday or Sunday.
Wow.
I know you're Quinnipiac. Bobcats.
I'm going to have... What's their nickname? Bobcats?
Bobcats.
Bobcats.
The
They will be
Bobcats.
forever the Bobcats for me because I don't know how I'm ever going to pronounce that.
You know, Rod does. Give me Quinnipiac. Yeah, give me Quinnipiac.
It's like Tua. I don't even try to pronounce his last name. He's forever Tua.
All right. I don't see Kansas State blowing this one against Texas. They really hate Texas. They love running it up on them.
Yeah.
You know, the line, you would think, yeah, and so 65% of the bets on Texas on Kansas State, 61% of the money, and the line is up. It opened at 2.5 for Texas. Now it's at 3.
Wow.
Just one of those odd line movers.
Because Texas hasn't been playing well at all.
Oh, they stink.
Yeah.
Straight
we
ass.
saw what they've done the last couple of weeks. It has not been good.
I'll tell you who's not been good is Long Beach State getting rung up here. 75-38. But there's still 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to go, and they're getting 11.5. This was the line mover where the line dropped from 12.5 to 11.5. Really helped them out there. All the sharps were all over Long Beach State in that one. Not a good day for the sharps.
No, not at all.
I'm going to go with Kansas State in that one, though.
Yeah, I think that's the way to take it. Texas really has been that bad.
They stink.
Yeah.
Any of these
what are you thinking of the Boise State, San Diego State game? I can see Boise State coming out and covering this one.
I think it's odd that it has a 12 Eastern time start in San Diego. Starts at 9 a.m. Eastern time.
Wow.
I mean, 9 a.m. West Coast time. 9 a.m. West Coast time.
It is a really early start.
Yeah.
It's going to be a hard one. I don't know. I think Boise State can come out and cover. Do you think there's weight with San Diego State being at home for Seniors Day in this game?
Boise's not bad at all. They've played really well. Yeah. I like Boise in this one.
Yeah, I do too.
I always pick Boise, in case you haven't noticed. Take them every week.
I actually haven't, Mitch.
I do. I've taken Boise every week for the last. Yeah. I've been doing this for 15 years. Taking Boise every day every week for 15 years.
And how has that paid off for you? Because
really
I know there's like trends. If you bet like Brady when he was with the Patriots, that hit like 61% of the time.
Yeah, I think
right
Boise,
to cover that
spread. Boise's paid like that. I don't know, but I don't care. I just always take them. That's what I do.
I like it.
Yeah, everyone has a team where I just bet them every time.
Yeah.
That's Boise. We go to the next set of games. New Mexico against Utah State. New Mexico stinks. I mean, they really stink. We'll have Tony T. Oh, I don't know if he's coming on Friday. Talk about the stink factor in New Mexico. Nebraska against Iowa. Even if he's on, the game will have already started. UAB versus UTEP. South Alabama against Coastal Carolina. East Carolina against Cincinnati. Senior Day at East Carolina. This is a big opportunity for them to get on the map. Arkansas against Missouri. Central Florida against South Florida. Used to be a big-time shootout game. UNLV against Air Force. Utah, Colorado, Iowa State, TCU, NC State, North Carolina, and Washington State for the Apple Cup.
Yeah, great set of games in here, Mitch. I'm kind of leaning on Iowa plus the points against Nebraska. I think this is going to be a tight one. It's 3.5 right now. I think Iowa could sneak out a win in this.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm less than sold on Iowa. Scott Frost, he could be. This could be his last game as head coach in Nebraska. He's one of their own. So firing one of your own is never easy. So it'll be interesting to see. Nebraska opened as a 3.5-point favorite, now 1.5-point dog in this thing. Playing that Scott Frost angle.
And what do you think of Missouri and Arkansas? Do you think that's too many points? I'm leaning on too many points with that one.
I am too. I like Missouri in that one plus the points. I think Arkansas wins the game but doesn't cover.
Yeah, I agree with you. What other ones are you liking in here? North Carolina, North Carolina State.
Battle of Tobacco Road. That's going to be a tough one. You know, those teams are a stone's throw apart each other. You know, they're all on the same road.
Are they actually?
I believe so. I don't think so. I think it's actually like 20 minutes apart or something less than that.
Well, huge rivalry, so should be really interesting.
So, you know, UCF and USF is an interesting game. This one normally like a really high-scoring game, but this year South Florida is just not really there. But a few years ago, Connecticut, when Bob Diaco was the head coach of UConn, he tried to establish a rivalry and have a trophy game with, you know, he just picked a random team, and he picked Central Florida. And he had a trophy made, and he said, this is for this trophy and all this other stuff. And Central Florida won, and they took the trophy when he gave it to them and threw it in the garbage. They said, we already have a rival. It's South Florida.
Really?
Oh, yeah, really. It was like,
wow.
Yeah. It's like, we're not doing this. They took the trophy, they just threw it right in the garbage, right in front of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that.
Zero respect. Well, he was also the same coach that, you know, said that they have to try, you know, 10% harder than everybody else, so the red zone starts on the 22-yard line.
Well, you can't like the thought behind that.
You can't make this stuff up. You
know? No, you absolutely cannot. Wow.
Well, the Battle of the War
dig into some of that history.
So they're playing for the War Canoe, Florida State. Then you got clean old-fashioned hate, Georgia Tech. At Georgia Tech, getting 35 points. That one might be closer than you think. We got
the lot of points.
Michigan, Ohio State, simply called the game. Then UConn against Houston. Houston, of course, going to the title game for the AAC. They'll be playing Cincinnati next week. Boston College versus Wake Forest. Army versus Liberty. Army, of course, still has the Navy game left to go. Kent State versus Miami of Ohio. Rutgers versus Maryland. Toledo, Akron, Navy, Temple, Baylor, Texas Tech, Duke, Miami.
So many great games, Mitch. I don't know. I'm leaning on Georgia Tech too, plus the points. I just think that spread is way too big. And then I'm going to be a homer and take Ohio State to get the cover over Michigan. I think it's just one of those things that's written in the stars already. Then that's where everyone wants this game to go. And then give me Baylor. I think Baylor seniors night, they're going to have a great game against Texas Tech. This is a team that's really surprised me this season.
Texas Tech has played pretty well, too, recently, though.
They have.
They're bowl eligible.
Yeah, they have done very well.
Nip and tuck in this Murray State, Long Beach State game. It's tightening up. Minute 25 left.
What's the score?
It's 80-42, so they've got it down to 38. They're getting 11 here, so 11.5, depending on where you got it. It opened 12.5. The Sharps were all over it, drove it all the way down to 11.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bad loss right there.
Yeah. I didn't have it. I mean, I like Murray State. It's one of those ones. It's like, really went down the toilet on that ugly bitch. Mercer starting to pull away from Bucknell. That I do have. 54-41. And New Hampshire, 21. Quinnipiac, 15. Quinnipiac.
I've almost got it down.
Joe's got it.
More mental.
Joe has it phonetically spelled out. E.
There's a lot of vowels in there, Mitch, that I normally would say a different way. Quinnipiac. No. Bobcats it is.
So Joe got a special text today to send to her son who's playing in the Canadian Championship, high school championship game this week, right? This is their final game, right? Win or lose?
Yeah, final game Friday.
They made it.
Headed up to Edmonton.
They were like the 8th seed in the playoffs. They've run the gauntlet and landed in the finals from the 8th spot. And she got a special text today. You want to tell everyone about it? No?
Yeah. Coach Sean Payton of the Saints sent my son a special text wishing him and his team best of luck. Blown away by that. So super special. Huge thank you to him.
Joshua Constantine would like to join the Capper contest. Joe, would you like to tell Joshua how to enter the Capper contest?
Absolutely. I just posted this on the Pick Dog story and my story. You just head on over to Instagram or Twitter. You'll see a post there that says, do you have what it takes to become a Capper contest? Enter there with your name and you're in, and you'll be assigned a number.
We have a strict no idiot policy. I should put that in the rules.
If you can't do that, I can't.
I should put it in the rules.
You.
No idiots. I'll add that.
Yeah.
How many rules do we have? Like 17 rules or something.
Yeah.
18.
And I want to ask everyone to please follow what the posts say, because on Instagram, we've asked you to tag us as well as hashtag PickDogsCapper Contest. Now, yesterday, 65 numbers went out on Instagram. Only 2 people followed that instruction there. So right now, I really like 2 people from the Instagram contest more than everyone else, because they follow instructions.
We hire people outside of the winners too. We did it last time with Jovan. We don't hire a ton, maybe 1, maybe 2, but we hired 1 last time. It was Jovan, and he came on. He's still with us, and we like him.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys, so important. Make sure you use that hashtag and make sure you tag us in everything so that we can find it.
Long Beach State.
Because with these,
go ahead.
I was just going to say, with these videos coming out, if you're not tagging us, we can't find it on your story, and we need to be able to.
Long Beach State just let it slip right through their fingers. 80-43, it's final at the Naples Invitational. They fought the good fight. Oh. I mean, they were getting 11.5. They lost by 37. So if you add the point spread in, it really wasn't nearly as bad as it looks.
That's a harsh loss for them right there. So.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But
I guess my son has circulated that video. That's why my phone keeps beeping from all the parents saying, how the heck did you get that? So it is being shared. It's shared very fast amongst the high school kids.
Joe Madden with the viral text.
That is too
She's
cute.
So
I'm excited for them. I couldn't imagine as a high school student how much that would mean to them.
It's big.
Yeah, it's huge.
It wasn't like a long message. It was nice. It was like he didn't like beat into the ground. It wasn't like insincere or anything like that. No. It was just like a 30-second, if even,
Yeah, I think 10. Like, yeah.
Perfect. Right?
Yes. It was awesome.
It's like, hey, I'm really busy, but I'll take 10 seconds. I got 10 seconds for this,
Yeah.
It was nice of him to do that.
Yeah. Definitely.
We'll put him up a step from where we had him before.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like that non-cover against the Cowboys on Thursday night 4 years ago. It's like, all right.
Yeah, come on, Coach.
We'll start to let it go.
Let it slide. Nice human being, that's for sure. What did you think of the Houston-UConn game, Mitch? Large spread in that. Houston, almost 33-point favorites in that one.
Yeah, I mean, Houston's got a lot to play for. I mean, if they win this, then they beat Cincinnati, they could go to a major bowl game like the Cotton Bowl. They could be the representative of the non-5 that plays in the BCS bowl game against one of the heavy hitters that doesn't make the playoff. So it's like they could play Michigan or something, or, who knows? Oklahoma. It's big.
That would be a good matchup. Yeah. Now, do you think they could run it up this high? We know UConn's been struggling. They've been losing games by this much over the last couple of weeks.
I just sent Brian the message about that 1.5 line drop on Long Beach, how Yeah, that screwed him out of the cover.
Yeah, totally did.
If you got it early, if you got the sharp line, 12.5. Anyways, all right. Mercer up by 19, Cancun.
Here we go. What do you need?
6.
Okay,
Half a dozen.
perfect.
Half a dozen. 11:54 left.
Good.
No, they'll screw me. It's college basketball. College basketball was made to rip our hearts out.
It's that shot with like half a second left on the clock that sinks.
Did you see the Yale game this morning against Southern Utah?
I wasn't able to catch it.
I
No.
know Rod was on one side, I was on the other, and what happened was they fouled the guy. They fouled the 3-point shooter. It was a tie game. So Southern Utah was losing the whole game. They were down like between 7 and 11 points almost the entire game. And then they reeled them in the last 3 minutes. And they got it to overtime. And they get to overtime, and they got the lead. And they foul the guy with, I don't know, 3 seconds left, 5 seconds left. They foul the Yale guy. And Dwight Harris, to join the Become a Capper contest, follow us on Twitter and Instagram, or one or the other, and just say, I'm in.
Yep.
But anyways, what happened was then they end up hitting both free throws to tie the game in overtime. Southern Utah calls timeout with 2 seconds left, heaves the ball down the court, and then they end up getting fouled, shooting the 3. The guy hits 3 free throws, and Southern Utah, he hits all 3 with no time on the clock. All he needed was 1. But the thing is, like, the line was all over the place in that game. So there was lines where Southern Utah was laying 2 all the way to Yale plus 2. But everything covered because he got 3 shots and hit all of them with no time on the clock.
Crazy. Sorry. He's grouchy. The snow's falling here. He's not impressed with the weather.
I would be grouchy too.
Yeah, it's starting to get nice and frosty outside right now.
Anyways, back to these games.
What about Maryland and Rutgers?
Maryland's been decent at home except for last week and the game against Iowa. So it's like when they play the lousy teams, they do really well. But on the road, I don't trust Maryland at all. I'm going to take Rutgers. The winner goes to a bowl game. The loser does not.
Oh, wow. How much, being Seniors Day, any weight for Rutgers here?
Yeah, I like Rutgers in this one. I wouldn't give them. I don't think they need the Senior Day. They have a high motor coach.
Okay. I like it. I can definitely get behind Rutgers in that spot. I think lower scoring game as well in that one. Total of just under 54. Yeah, I think we'll see a really low scoring one.
I like Miami against Duke. Manny Diaz, he's definitely a lame duck coach. The Canes are 6-5.
21.5 points.
Yeah, Duke's terrible. They're just terrible.
They are. Do you see a higher scoring game, Mitch? This line's moving up, 69 now on some books.
I believe it. I could see plenty of scoring, but I don't think it's. I like the under.
Okay. Well, yeah. If you guys like the under too, shop that line because 68.5 on most, but I'm seeing a 69 pop up on DraftKings. What about Pittsburgh and Syracuse? This line's moving. It opened as Pittsburgh -11, now up to -13.5 on some.
Syracuse has really fallen off in recent
Yeah.
weeks. They've played well, but not anymore. I don't see that
Any
one.
any sort of bounce back for them or no?
I don't think so.
Get some of these later games. My book has them all listed all over the place, it seems like.
We got moving to the next time slot. Got Rice versus La Tech, North Texas versus Texas San Antonio, Old Dominion Charlotte. These are the real crap games. Arkansas State, Texas State, Georgia State, Troy, App State, Georgia Southern, New Mexico State versus UMass, Southern Miss versus FIU, Wyoming versus Hawaii. If they canceled all those games, I wouldn't even notice.
That is true. So let's talk about the Alabama-Auburn game. What do you think of that one, Mitch? That one's just after those ones at 3:30 Eastern.
Well, yeah, at 3:30 we have a bunch of other ones too. We have, we have Auburn, Alabama, the Iron Bowl. I like Auburn in that one at home plus the points. Then we have Purdue, Indiana. That's for the old Oaken bucket. Then we have Virginia, Virginia Tech. That's another one of those games. Then you have Tennessee, Vandy. That's like a battle of the something state, also another trophy game. Arizona, Arizona State, the duel in the desert. And then you have Minnesota, Wisconsin for the Axe. I like Minnesota for the Axe at home. I
think they'll get it?
Oh, yeah, at home. I think that's a big one for senior day. And Fleck is an Axe guy. He's got to have the Axe. It's like the Axe is...
Yeah, and if you're getting them plus points at home, I like that as well. Are you going to just take them straight up on the money line?
For Minnesota? I'll probably play them both ways.
Yeah. I like it.
I wonder if we're allowed to show, I'm sure we are. Stuff like that, like Paul Bunyan's Axe.
I think you can.
The Axe game.
Now, do you think Penn State can get an upset over Michigan State?
I don't think so. And I don't think so.
No. Should be interesting game. That's a low spread in that game. So I'm interested to see what happens with that. What about Oregon versus Oregon State? Oregon Ducks laying 7.5 points.
That's the Civil War. That one is I like who's Oregon State's in Corvallis?
Yes.
At Oregon. I like Oregon. Oregon State plus the points. I think.
Okay.
No, it's at Oregon. I like Oregon.
Oh, sorry, I read that back.
Yeah, I like Oregon.
It is in Oregon
at home. Yeah, and I like the over in the penalty yards in that one, whatever it is.
They're going to be coming hard at each other, like you said. Hey, Mitch.
They wanted to cancel the series. They tried to cancel the series because of the fighting.
Wow. I have been to Eugene before. I was trying to think why I'd been to Eugene. Not sure, but I did watch the Ducks play there, and I'm not sure why I was there.
Yeah, the Axe game is really, for me, that's the one.
And the Axe game is who again? I'm sorry?
That's
Minnesota?
It's Minnesota, Wisconsin. I think that's the one that I think is the best opportunity. It's the Axe game.
Oh, I like it.
I love the Axe.
I find up here in Canada, we don't get a lot of the extra media coverage of things like that. They really cut us off really quick at the end of celebration. So I've never seen that. So I'm definitely going to be looking for it.
You've never seen the Axe? Oh.
No, never.
I just tried to send it to you in the chat, and they made it a link.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can just do a screenshot. It's a big deal. Oh, well. Whatever.
I'll look later.
Yep. I like Auburn. I like Tennessee. I like Purdue to win the bucket at home. Ugh, that one's always tight.
Yeah, against Indiana.
I like Arizona against Arizona State plus the 20. They always seem to be up for them.
What about SMU against Tulsa? Any home field advantage in this one with seniors night?
I would go with SMU just simply because they're the better team, but Tulsa needs this one for a bowl game.
Absolutely. You got to give it to teams when their back's against the wall, what they can pull out. And they really want to get somewhere. What is the spread on that SMU one, Mitch? I was just trying to find it and
6.5.
Lost it. Okay. Yeah, I like SMU too, 6.5.
Mercer up by 15 with 7 minutes left to go, and New Hampshire up by 14 with 7 minutes left to go in the first half. That New Hampshire team's really good. They've lost 2 games, but they were against like heavy hitters.
Yeah.
That was my favorite of the early games. Was New Hampshire of my premium picks.
Yeah, so many early games going on this week.
Well, this is the week.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up at New Hampshire. They had it's not saying. So Brian said, we'll have to look at this because the line movement in that UCLA Gonzaga game, he was saying that it was 5.5, but I had not seen a 5.5 in that game. And I guess it did open 5.5.
Oh, okay.
FanDuel and DraftKings. And BetMGM. Bet Rivers. Yeah, it was 5.5 open. I did not know that.
Oh.
7 now. I see some 6.5s.
Should be an interesting game for sure.
Back to football action. Anything in this time slot, these 3:30, 4 o'clock games that you like? Michigan State, Penn State is the land grant trophy, I believe.
Yeah, I think in this one, I really do have to go with Michigan State at home in this one. I think Penn could pull off an upset, but I don't think it's going to happen. I just really like them at home on this night. And then I'm with you. Give me Oregon. I really think the Ducks are due for a nice big win. And with them hating each other this much, I think they can get it here. You know, Oregon State won last season, 41-38. The Ducks will want revenge.
The podcast is better like this. I don't know what that means. It's like, unless people are really specific in the comments, I have no idea what they mean. You know?
I don't know. Maybe they mean they just like to watch instead of just listen.
Not sure.
See your smiling pearly whites. It's all the facial expressions. It's all the eye rolls. By you.
Super chat. Movie and gaming aficionados. Thoughts on crypto and sports betting with crypto? It's same as money. I don't really think it really matters. I guess for the offshores they're using it, you know. So, oops.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Bless you.
That's why I got my stock options lying around.
Well, Let's talk some of these later games. What are you thinking of Texas A&M versus LSU? We have Texas A&M minus 6.5.
I like the over. This one's always a wild one.
Should be a great game.
Always a wild one. I'm not sure. I don't really understand the question about the crypto and sports betting with crypto. I don't really understand the question.
Yeah, I don't know. Oklahoma State, Mitch.
Bedlam.
Now this should be a fun one.
The Bedlam series. See, the thing about the Bedlam series is that this is a rivalry, but it's a very one-sided rivalry that Oklahoma just rules this rivalry. But Oklahoma State is a 4-point favorite in this one, up from 3.5. Very rare that they've been favored in this series. I think Oklahoma State is really good this year. Both these teams 10-1, and really an outside shot here of making the playoff. If they can win this game, win the Big 12 championship, they go to 12-1. There's going to be at least, right? We have Ohio State's a one-loss team.
Yeah.
There's going to be another one-loss team in there. Alabama's a one-loss team. Alabama plays Georgia. Alabama plays Georgia. If Georgia wins that game, Alabama will be out, and there'll be room for another, and it could be the winner of this game. So I always root for Oklahoma State, but they always let me down. So
yeah,
not really sure what to do.
And Oklahoma State is -4, you said in this.
Yep. We also have the Battle of the Bluegrass State. Kentucky against Louisville. Louisville -3 in that one. I like Kentucky in that one. I think they're too physical.
Is Kentucky at home in that?
Nope. Louisville.
Louisville.
Battle of the Bluegrass State.
I don't know about that one, Mitch. I might have to lean on Louisville to get it done.
Well, here's Bucknell coming back to try and screw me out of my cover with 3 minutes left to go in the game. Welcome to college basketball. Down by 20 the whole way.
Yeah.
And now they got it down to 11 with 3:51 left. Official time.
Like they do it on purpose.
Oh, they totally do it on purpose.
Right? Just get us thinking. We've totally got it there.
Yep. Guy just hit a jump shot. We fouled. So it's likely he's shooting, to get it down to within 10. We've just been flatlining it.
Now, Mitch, one game I am interested in is Clemson, South Carolina. Clemson, we know they haven't really been a great cover team this year, but they have covered in some situations. This line has dropped from 14 to 11.5.
South Carolina's played well down the stretch, but Clemson, I believe, can still make the ACC championship if they win this. So
yeah, I could see this one being one that they get the win and the cover on the road here. I was actually surprised that the line has dropped in that direction. I thought it would have gone the other way.
Yeah, especially with Clemson getting the big win last week.
Yeah.
And a lot of other games here. Stanford, Notre Dame, Colorado State, Nevada, UCLA, Cal, USC, BYU. Of course, normally we have Ron Romanelli on this show, but Ron had a personal issue. Yeah. I guess you would call it.
Yeah. Yeah, give me BYU minus the points. I think they get a nice win over TCU.
Yeah, USC.
Sorry. I don't know why I said TCU. USC.
I also like Notre Dame against Stanford. That's another rivalry game.
What's the current spread on that?
19.
Yeah, I knew it had moved. Ooh, it's a lot of points. But you're right. Notre Dame can do it.
Notre Dame.
The
Hunchback. Notre Dame. Well, anyways, that wraps it up. Went through the full schedule here. Of course, we got our VIP show in about 45 minutes or so. So be sure to stay tuned for that. We appreciate everyone that tuned in. This is our last college football early line show. Next week, it will be conference championship games. So I don't know if we'll do it or not. There won't be a lot of games to go over, but I guess we could do it.
Yeah.
It'll be a short show, and that's fine. But thanks everyone for joining us. Appreciate y'all, and join that Capra contest. Good times. become a capper. You could be on this show.